Welcome back to the Pig Trail Show. ESPN Arkansas Tye Richardson joins me now. Tye, I was not happy on Saturday night. I don't think any Arkansas fan was with that poor, and I mean poor is maybe putting it lightly, that offensive performance. I mean, they're called free throws because they're free shots, right? They're free points. You got to make them. Tye, what did you see from that Arkansas team in that loss?
I saw a visibly frustrated Eric Musselman, and for good reasons. You pointed out the free throws, their lack of shooting in other places. They just miss Nick Smith Jr. and Trevin Brazil right now. And I think they'll figure it out. You saw this last season. They started 1-3 in conference play and got things going, but 2 games on the road in Baton Rouge and Auburn, they have not been good shooting the basketball. It's one thing to play a competent team at home and show up. You also have to do that on the road, especially in this league as potent as this year, and they just haven't been able to do that through 2 SEC road games.
Do you think it is being on the road with this young team that is the effect that it's having on this? I know Musselman was asked about it. Do you think, being on the road hurts this team? But he really didn't seem too concerned about that. Do you think that is a concern moving forward, though?
Well, the evidence speaks to otherwise. And when you say moving forward, maybe in the next game, the game after that, if we're still talking about this 5 or 6 road games into the season, that there's a problem because they will not have the same type of home court atmosphere in postseason basketball, whether it's in Nashville for the SEC tournament or the NCAA tournament. They played good in these neutral site games in Tulsa, which I know technically was a neutral site, more Arkansas fans. They played good in Maui. They played good in certain places, but I'm talking about a true road test where 95% of the fans in attendance are not wearing red and white. They're wearing the opposite color. So through 2 games, the small sample size that we have, they have not been productive offensively on the road. I just hope that changes soon.
Do you think there's a quick fix for that offensive production? I know Musselman said some guys need to get in the gym a little bit more and work on that. Do you think they can get it together before this tough test against Alabama?
Yeah, I think they're going to show up on Wednesday night, and I think Alabama might be in for a rude awakening because I know they just slaughtered Kentucky at home, but this Arkansas team coming off a loss, I think is going to be ready to knock what could be a top 6, top 5 Alabama team. I think they're going to still stay outside because the teams above them, I believe, one, maybe the exception of one. So I don't have a huge concern about this upcoming matchup against Crimson Tide. Even if they lose, I think it's going to be a tight game. But what I'm more looking at is, like you're saying, how do these guys shoot on the road, getting into the gym, not getting the calls that maybe they expect and receive at Bud Walton Arena? It's just a different element on the road. And so far, and again, this is a small 2-game sample size, they have not performed up to Eric Musselman's expectations when traveling to visiting arenas.
Is there a player right now that you want to see more of, or you want to see a better performance of, I guess, against Alabama, or maybe the next few games?
I'd like to see Jordan Walsh getting double digits again. I think he's a guy with a 6'7" frame and has shown you at times that he's much more than just a role player. Defensively, he's got to play aggressive defense without fouling. That's gotten him a number of issues at times. I know he had at least 1 offensive foul, maybe 2 in the game against Auburn on Saturday night. He's so talented, and his ceiling, I think, is really, really high. I think Jordan's the guy that I look to because Anthony really stepped up in this game against Auburn. We know Ricky has gone off in certain games. I think Jordan is the guy that, with Nick and Trevin not being on the floor, you have to step up as a true freshman, which is a very unique situation, as we know, Courtney.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Tye, on the show. We'll have much more Pig Trail coming up after the break. Stay with us.